All right, that's a bummer. The New York Knicks lose to the Portland Trailblazers in Madison Square Garden, 132 to 129. They go into overtime, and the Portland Trailblazers in overtime just dominate. They just dominate the New York Knicks. So let me just tweet that we're live right now. Once again, I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. And this was a tough one to swallow, man. Jalen Brunson needs help. Jalen Brunson needs some help, man. He does. Jalen Brunson tonight, 32 points. Missed that game winner at the end there, but I'm not going to harp on that. 32 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Jalen Brunson tonight. Baller. Straight baller. Let me just tweet that we're live. All game, the New York Knicks, they were up by a wide margin there in the first half, and the duo of Anthony Simmons and Grant took over this game for the Portland Trailblazers. And Grant had 40-something points, which was remarkable. I mean, nobody can stop him all night. It was just terrible. I mean, the New York Knicks, once again, on the defensive end, they let them come in here and put up all these points, and nobody was stopping them at all. Let me just tweet that we're live. Alrighty. Yeah, so in the beginning of the game, the New York Knicks, like I said, they were up big. Emmanuel quickly came in the game in the first quarter and really showed that he should not get traded. The rumors that Emmanuel quickly should get traded need to be squashed now, because Emmanuel quickly on the offensive end and the defensive end is balling his ass out, and there should be no reason why the New York Knicks should be entertaining trading Emmanuel quickly at all. Point blank, period. Right now, he's one of your best guards on your team. And obviously, look, you have Grimes in there starting. You have Reddish, when healthy, is going to start. But Emmanuel quickly came in the game, provided much needed spark, knocked down his 3-pointers, was pretty much a catalyst in helping the Knicks regain that lead in the first half. And then, so all the rumors that Emmanuel quickly need to be traded, yada, 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 they need to be squashed right now. They need to be squashed. Trying to pull up these comments here. Give me 1 second. I'm not seeing any comments. Give me 1 second. So I'm just going to keep on rambling. New York Knicks first half, like I said, the bench unit came in and they pretty much balled out. They balled. Ken Grigley, salute in the chat. I see you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, salute. Tough loss for the New York Knicks tonight. It was jam on the Portland side. Yeah, you got to give them credit. Grant came in. Anthony Simmons. This guy, you can tell he's been working his ass off. Came into the Garden, dropping 38 points. Knicks had no answer for Anthony Simmons and Grant. Grant shot 28 free throws. 28 free throws, that is the most in the NBA. 28 free throw attempts, that's the most in the NBA this season. I mean, props to them. 44 points out of Grant. Nurkic, 20 points. Simmons, 38. Even Josh Hart was balling out there. And Knicks really didn't have an answer for them. This team does not have a for this particular team. Actually, I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, but appreciate the comment though. Yeah, like I said, first half, Knicks were balling, took the lead, bench unit was balling, and then all of a sudden the starters came back in, and the New York Knicks, ever since the starters came in that first half, they let the Portland Trailblazers gain the momentum. They took the lead in that first half, leading until the third quarter. Portland was trailing. And then, Jalen Brunson did all he can in the second half to try to will the Knicks to a victory tonight. Like I said, Jalen Brunson was amazing tonight. And pretty much on the Knicks end, I can point out a few guys that were pretty good tonight, actually. Emmanuel quickly, 32 minutes, came in the game, 4-10 from 3, was shooting it really well and really got the Knicks in the game. Shout out to IQ, man. IQ, one of the best guards on the team, continues to be consistent, continues to shine. And like I said, Emmanuel quickly needs to continue this to play more. Jericho Sims came in the game. This is now the few games now that Jericho Sims has come in the game and dominated. Simply dominated. Actually, Thibs is not the correct coach for the team. Yeah, I mean, we can go on and on about that. I've been preaching that. We've all been preaching that to start the season. And look, Thibs is the coach. He's buddy with Leon Rose, so it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere in the time being. But I do think if the New York Knicks continue to hover around this 500 mark and they continue to lose at home, they're now 500 at home. They are 4-4 at home in Madison Square Garden. It's not good. This was a problem last year too. They couldn't win in the Garden. They couldn't take care of their home court advantage. And in the NBA, you got to take care of your home court. I mean, it's honestly ridiculous that you continue year after year to allow teams to come into Madison Square Garden, and particularly this year, to drop over 130 points. You had OKC drop 145. Portland drop 132. Granted, it was in overtime. Where's the defense? First unit defense is non-existent. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett has taken a step back this year defensively. You can tell Portland was attacking RJ Barrett pretty much most of the game. And RJ Barrett is a subject in itself. First half, he was non-existent. He wasn't doing anything for the Knicks, turning the ball over. Did have a few assists. There were a few occasions where he could have passed the ball more. And, I mean, but second half, RJ did turn it on in the fourth quarter. He started to drive to the basket. He started to make his layup. So RJ wound up finishing with 19 points. Double-double for RJ, 19 and 10 and 5, which is solid game from RJ, but once again, just not efficient. 6 of 22, 1 of 7 from 3. I mean, if Jalen Brunson got some help tonight, if RJ was more efficient, hit a few more of his threes, even Grimes there. Grimes is an energy guy, and he was playing. This is no knock on Grimes. He was playing really well tonight. Just wasn't scoring. Nobody else was scoring. He only attempted 6 shots, Quentin Grimes. But look, nobody was being efficient tonight on the offensive end. Actually, why are you subbing Hardenstein for 22 seconds? Jericho needs to play more. Yeah, Jericho Sims has been balling his ass out now for the past 5 games, and it's really we have to have a conversation about Jericho Sims. He needs to play, and whether that's in place of iHeart, whether that's in place of Mitch, as crazy it is to say. I mean, but look, Mitch Robinson's coming off an injury. He's getting his legs back, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, but not playing well. Yeah, the game changed. Obviously, the Knicks tied the game in the fourth quarter. I'm going to recap the game. They tied the game, and Jalen Brunson was coming down the lane, had an opportunity to win the game. He missed a floater. When you can ask him after the game, 9 times out of 10, Jalen Brunson is making that shot. And I guarantee you that he's in the locker room right now kicking himself that he could have won the game for the Knicks tonight. Knicks could have went home with a victory. And it just sucks that we are going home with another loss in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, Jeremy Grant went to the line 28 times tonight. That is absolutely ludicrous. It's absolutely insane. Put a body on him. Somebody, please. He was absolutely killing the New York Knicks tonight. The Knicks had no answer for him whatsoever. And look, he's not a star. He's not a superstar. And he's coming into the Garden, dropping 44 points, making 21 out of 28. He missed 7 free throws, and he still scored 44 points. If he would have hit those 7 free throws, he would have dropped a 50 spot in the Garden. Come on, man. It's just hard to believe. I mean, it's just hard to believe. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I don't really know where else to go here. The Knicks Portland was really playing zone all game, just like all the teams that are facing the Knicks. They're going zone because the New York Knicks, as a team, are bad shooting the three-point shot. They shoot it at a low percentage, and you can see once again tonight, 13 of 41 from three, 31% from downtown. That's the game plan coming into the game. Teams are going to go zone on you. They're going to make you shoot it. Julius Randle, you're open, shoot it. Okay, we're going to allow you to shoot it. We know you like to shoot it. Shoot it. RJ Barrett, you're open, shoot it. The problem is the New York Knicks don't have makers. They have a lot of shooters on their team, but they do not have makers. And it's just a situation where they have to get fixed. I mean, I don't even know how you get it fixed, but every game, the opponent is going zone on the Knicks. They're daring them to shoot. They know the New York Knicks are a poor shooting team, and they're daring them. They're daring them to shoot the basketball, and the Knicks are not responding. And they keep shooting, but they keep missing. Look, Portland tonight shot 31% from 3 too. It's just that they shot 51 free throws. Like, first of all, this game, as a referee, like from the referee side, this game was poorly reffed, and it was awful. It was poorly reffed. The refs were calling every ticky-tack foul on the New York Knicks, and from start to finish, Portland should not be shooting 51 free throws in itself. That's crazy to me. I mean, 51 free throws should not be happening at all. Woo. Another game, another player with a career night. Jeremy Grant, career high 44 points. I didn't even know it was his career high. But, yeah, I mean, for the past few years now, it seems like every other game somebody's dropping a career high in the Knicks. And Tom Thibodeau is supposed to be this defensive guru as a coach. Where's the defense? We haven't seen it this year. We haven't seen it at all. And it's a problem. It really is. The Knicks have now played 19 games now. They're pretty much 20 to 25% through the season. And their defense is an issue. Their three-point defense is an issue. They foul a lot. At some point, look, the players, we know they can't play defense, but at some point, Thims has to come up with a new scheme or something. Come up with a new scheme on the defensive end. Do something, because whatever the New York Knicks are doing right now is not working. The defense is not working. And it's just another game where you're allowing a team scoring 132 points in Madison Square Garden. Can't happen, man. It can't happen. And I sound like a broken record up here. Every post game I come up here and I preach defense. And the reason why I preach defense is because if the New York Knicks were a top 5 or top 10 defense like they were in years past, they'll have a way better record. And look, it starts with the front court and RJ Barrett as well. RJ Barrett has taken a massive step back defensively. Offensively too, his game has just look, I have a video tomorrow dropping about RJ Barrett for you guys to check out, but his game this year hasn't been impressive offensively and defensively. He just doesn't look like himself. He doesn't look like the RJ Barrett we've seen from last year and in previous years. I don't know whether that's to do with now that you have a legit point guard, maybe that's throwing RJ off his game a little bit. I don't know, but I'm tired of the excuses. The excuse a few games ago was that RJ Barrett was sick. He wasn't feeling well. Good. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But tonight, look, you look at the box score. He scored 19 points, 10 rebounds. If you're box score watching, you're going to see that, oh, look, RJ had a double-double. But in reality, RJ Barrett didn't have a good game. He didn't. My opinion. He didn't have a good game. Whew. Petition for Jericho Sims to back up Mitch and leave iHeart out of the rotation. Now fans are calling for iHeart to be out of the rotation. Look, Jericho Sims is playing really well. Got to give props to Jericho Sims. Got to give credit when credit is due. But 28 free throws. I just can't wrap my head around that. Grant shot 28 free throws. Most in the NBA this season at the free throw line. 42 free throw attempts for the Blazers. That was in regulation, they had 42 free throw attempts. They finished with 51 free throw attempts, and they shot 74% for the Portland Trailblazers. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Yeah, New York Knicks fall to 9-10. They're 4-4 in the season. Once again, they can't win at home. I don't know what it is, man. Madison Square Garden seems like they can't take care of home court advantage year in, year out. It's alarming, to say the least. And at some point, something needs to change. I don't know where you go. I really don't. You have a legit all-star in Jalen Brunson. And you have pieces. You have pieces to build around. In my opinion, you have Brunson, Grimes. I really like Grimes. I really think Grimes' game is made for this league, and like he hustles and he does all the little things that don't show up in the box score. I just wanted to shout out Quentin Grimes tonight because they didn't show up in the box score. 7 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, only attempted 6 shots. But if the New York Knicks got Quentin Grimes in the game more and in the flow of things, he's a baller, man. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing from Quentin Grimes. From the limited time we've seen him this year, he was hurt most of the year, but I like Grimes. Quickly, I don't see any reason why you're trading Emmanuel Quickly. I really don't. I mean, unless the New York Knicks decide to just blow everything up and Quickly gives them the most value in return, I guess. But I don't. In my opinion, I don't want to do it. I don't, because look. Rose was out again. Reddish was out again. Quickly played over 30 minutes off the bench, which is huge. Obi Toppin, another down game off the bench. This is now 3 games in a row. Offensively, he hasn't found a rhythm. It seems like he's hit a rough patch there on the offensive end, but I'm not too concerned about Obi. Obi only played 14 minutes as well. So, yeah, in terms of Obi Toppin is still, I mean, in the beginning of the year, Obi Toppin was playing out of his mind, efficient as can be. He's just had a few bad games now. I know fans are going to go crazy that where are the Obi lovers at now? Now that he's had a few bad games. Look, I'm not worried about Obi Toppin at all. I'm really not. When you don't get the minutes that he deserves, and when we have him riding on the bench, and he can't really get into a rhythm at all. So, yeah, I see a lot of fans on Twitter are calling for the tank. They want the tank because they see that this team is really average, and they see that this team really isn't going to go anywhere. So they're calling for a tank. And right now, believe it or not, I think the New York Knicks would convey 3 first-round picks next year. They own Dallas's pick, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, don't quote me on this, either the Wizards pick and their own pick. So they could have 3 first-round picks next year if they all convey. Not likely, but as of right now, Dallas's pick will convey to them because it's top 10 protected. Then they obviously have their own. Jalen Brunson, yeah, let's circle back to him. Once again, baller. You know what he can provide to you. Julius Randle. To me, I want to talk about the overtime for Julius Randle. He hit a 3. He tied up the game after the Portland Trailblazers took a 3-point lead. Then Portland missed the ball. Then Julius Randle comes up the court, dribble, heat check, shoots a 3-pointer, misses it. In my opinion, there was no rhyme or reason why Julius Randle decided to do a heat check there in the middle of overtime. Move the ball, man. Come on, get it. People involved. Move the ball. Share the ball. Knicks had 27 assists tonight. Move the ball, man. Move the damn ball. You can't do a heat check in overtime. In the middle of overtime. Yeah, you just hit a 3, but come on, man. Let the offense come to you. The offense will find you. Give the ball to Brunson. Move the ball around. Maybe you can get a better shot than you just dribbling up the court and doing a heat check in the middle of overtime. Come on now. To me, that changed the complexion of the overtime, along with the turnovers in overtime. But I mean, it is what it is. That's Julius Randle for you. And Yeah. To me, that changed the complexion though of overtime because then you had Grant. 10 of 20 from the field, 44 points, 21 free throw made. Knicks had no answer for Nurkic, 20 points, 8 rebounds. Josh Hart. How do you allow Josh Hart to secure 19 rebounds as a shooting guard? How tall is Josh Hart? Box out. Can somebody box out? Can somebody in the New York Knicks box their man out, please? Box out. Josh Hart is 6'5", 215, and he's out there. That's all hustle, man. That's all hustle plays. Josh Hart secured 19 rebounds as a shooting guard. 19 rebounds, man. Hustle plays, man. New York Knicks are lacking in those areas. You can't allow Josh Hart, a shooting guard, to secure 19 rebounds, the most in the game. It's laughable. It's crazy, honestly. And 6 of those were offensive. Then you had Anthony Simmons. Credit to this guy. This is his now 5th or 6th year in the league. And the first few years wasn't really getting his opportunity. Now he's playing alongside Lillard. Now he looks like a star, man. Anthony Simmons, I remember watching him play 4 years ago, 5 years ago. He wasn't like this. He transformed his game into a really nice game. Like, he has a nice offensive game. He has a nice offensive repertoire. I mean, 38 points and star. I mean, and the only one who showed up tonight for the New York Knicks was Jalen Brunson and Emmanuel Quickly on the offensive end. Look, you can look at Julius Randle's 23 points. You can point to RJ Barrett's 19 points. But RJ got going there in the fourth quarter. First 3 quarters, RJ Barrett was not great. Again, inefficient. 1 of 7 from 3. Keep shooting them. He just keeps shooting them. Hey, most of them are open too, so I'm not going to harp him for shooting them. But if your shot is struggling, he doesn't shoot mid-range jump shots at all. Pull up, dribble up, take a 18-footer. You don't have to shoot behind the three-point line every single time. You don't. Take a mid-range jump shot. Gain some confidence in your shot, and hopefully that confidence will lead to these made three-pointers, because right now you're in a funk. RJ Barrett on the season, I believe, is shooting 27% from 3. Awful. I mean, that's terrible. 27% from the 3, and it's not like he's attempting a little. He's attempting a lot of them. He's just struggling to start the year, and it's frustrating because we thought this was the season that RJ Barrett was going to become that all-star that we all were hoping for and crossing our fingers for. But so far, 19 games in, RJ has been up and down, mostly down. And look, I don't want to sit here and keep harping on RJ Barrett, but if he's not playing well, I'm going to call him out. I got to be fair. I mean, I'm an unbiased Knicks fan, and if they're not playing well, I'm going to call you out, man. I don't have any favorites on the team. You're playing well, I'm going to praise you. If you're not playing well, I'm going to call you out. And he's just not playing well. And he got to snap out of it. And I do think he's going to snap out of it, hopefully, because if this is going to be the RJ that we continue to see, I mean, we're in for a long season. But I don't think this is going to be the RJ that we continue to see. But, yeah, man, tough loss. Let me see if we have any quotes here from the head coach. Yeah, we just need, I mean, when Reddish comes back, it's going to be interesting if Tom Thibodeau goes back to Cam Reddish in the starting lineup, because I like Grimes in that starting lineup. I think he brings another element that we haven't seen. He brings hustle. I mean, Grimes, we know what he can do defensively. So can Reddish. Shout out to Cam Reddish. I don't want to try to take his starting job from him, but Quentin Grimes has been, these last couple of games, has been playing well in the starting unit. So it's going to be interesting to see what Tom Thibodeau does. Hopefully we get Reddish back next game, and front office has a job on their hand because they got they gotta free up some playing time. They gotta definitely free up some playing time because all these guys can't play. You have Reddish, Grimes, Quickly, Rose. Got to trade somebody. Everyone can't play. There's only one ball. So, Leon Rose in the front office have a job to do. Trading deadline is on February. But back to the game, man. I mean, I thought we had the game won, but tough loss, man. I mean, it's frustrating. New York Knicks fall back to under 500. They are now 9-10 on the season. Who do they have next? Another loss at home. They have the Grizzlies on Sunday, and John Moran is back. So another tough game, man. It doesn't get easier. They have New York Knicks play. I believe they have some games at home here. 6 out of the next 7 games are at home. So I say that hoping that the New York Knicks can be a better home team, but they're not. They're under 500 at home. They don't play well at home. They have a better record on the road. Last year, they had a better record on the road. I don't know what it is with Madison Square Garden. I don't know. But, yeah. Tough love for the New York Knicks. Shout out to Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Grimes. Shout out to Emmanuel Quickly for showing up tonight. And Jericho Sims. Shout out to Jericho Sims. Am I missing anybody else? I don't think so. But, we have Memphis on Sunday. John Morant's back, so it's going to be a tough game. Tyler in the chat, man. What's up, man? Second quarter couldn't get more frustrating. Yeah, man. It couldn't. Starters came in, killed the momentum. Bench was playing well. Quickly was playing well. And everything was flowing. And then Randall came in, had some lapses on the defensive end, along with Barrett. And that's all she wrote. I mean, second quarter was a bad quarter, allowed Portland to gain the lead. They took the lead going to the half, and really, I mean, Knicks, fourth quarter made it a game. I thought the Knicks were going to win this game, but Portland, credit to them, credit to Grant, Simmons, came into the Garden and kicked the Knicks' asses. So, I mean, frustrating game, but we're back on Sunday against the Memphis Grizzlies. Hopefully we can get some revenge on them after they beat us opening night. New York Knicks got to fix his defense, man. They got to. Because if they're not going to play defense, they're not going to win. Simple as that, man. They're not. So hopefully they can fix something over the weekend, some schemes, figure out some rotations. Hopefully Reddish can be back. And hopefully we can start winning at home, man. We got to win in the Garden. We got to win in the Garden, man. By the way, the LJ photo was tough. You like that, right? Yeah, I got that signed a few years ago. Shout out to LJ, man. One of my favorite Knicks. But, yeah, man, I'll be back on Sunday. Once again, the New York Knicks lose to the Portland Trail Blazers. Fall below 500. They are now 9-10 on the season. And come on, man. We got to win. Got to win. But appreciate y'all. Once again, if you're new here, like, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see y'all on Sunday. Have a good night. Peace. Have a good weekend.